All right, hello. We are back again with more Scarlet Hollow. I am in fact sick, so that is going to be a factor. um, but I am excited to be here. My voice acting is obviously not going to be as good because of the fact that I am sick. So I am going to attempt to turn the music down a little bit, I think, so I don't have to talk as loud. And just see if that kind of helps balance out me being sick. All right. So we are going to continue. Oh. With Bruce. No, we're not overriding. We're loading. Are you sure you want to lose unsafe progress? Yeah. Okay, there we go. So here we are with Bruce. We are gonna go ahead and do our recap, just so everybody knows what is up. Or, wait, what am I doing? Bruce is here. There we go. Confusing myself. Would you like to see a recap of episode 1? Yes, I would. I guess I should pull up the chat so I can see your guys' comments if anyone's talking to me. Hey, y'all. Here we go. Hey, B. All right. So, oh, I need to turn that down. The funeral of Pearl Ann, your cousin's mother, and your aunt seemed... Oh, and let me know if the volumes are okay. I did turn the game sound down, so if I'm too loud now or whatever, let me know. I'll fix whatever needs fixing. All right, back to this. The funeral of Pearl Ann Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of our house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. As the locks fall, the door moans open, revealing the entrance to what once must have been an incredibly lavish ballroom. Faintly in the distance, you could hear the quiet notes of an old piano playing from another room. Wait a minute. You must be... Oh my god, wait. I heard someone at school talking about how the long-lost Scarlet Heir was coming back to town this week. You know, for the funeral, that must be him. The country ambiance clashes terribly with the goth woman behind the counter who has been eyeing you with something between curiosity and dawning horror. Oh my god. She was clearly trying to say it quietly, but of course you heard her. You're the only two people here. And then it emerges, an honest-to-goodness mountain lion. And there is something horribly wrong with it. But the mountain lion isn't finished. Its body oozing from the fall, it pushes back itself back to its feet, killing intent shining clear in its yellow eyes. Wide yellow eyes. And then... Damn. Nearly had the thing. Hey, a run-in? What kind of run-in? Was it supernatural? Like I said, you won't believe it. Now put that dang camera away. At least it's a nice night, even if the circumstances leave something to be desired. Help yourself to jerky. And as for the beer, I was planning on having both cans myself. But I suppose I can be convinced to spare one. Duke grapples with the thing as it grabs at his shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way as it grasps for Birdie with oddly jointed limbs, while Stella stares in shocked silence, as if paused, watching as the other creature attempts to wrangle Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. Its flesh is doughy and structureless, like a loose packaged sausage. Your foot leaves an imprint in its chest, and it stumbles back, clutching at the odd wound. Your aim is flawless, and it strikes the creature square in the wretched face, lodging itself in its flesh. Duke is really sweet. I'm glad I got to save him. It scrambles back, its movements uncoordinated and its blindness, leaving Gretchen unharmed. Your cousin reaches for the headlights. Bruce, welcome home. The figure steps out of the light, disappearing back into the darkness of the woods. From the relative safety of your cousin's uncomfortable guest bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else, though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in these moments. For now, you're safe, and you're warm. Tuesday morning awaits. Wake up. You open your eyes. The sun has fallen. The birds are singing, and you still alive, and for now, you are safe. Your gaze wanders across the room to the window and the woods beyond. You wonder if the monsters are lurking there, right now, just beyond the trees, ready to pounce as soon as you leave this crumbling estate. A familiar unease settles into your gut, tangling into a knot of anxiety, wriggling as the events of last night play out in your head. You can't help but remember the sight of pale faces jeering at you from the trees, their calls echoing through the woods as you ran for your life. You're not sure if you'll ever feel okay again after what you've seen, but you can't stay in bed forever. Hunger pulls you from the clammy depths of the mattress. Check on Dustin! You open the drawers to check in on the little possum you met yesterday. Oh, good. He's still here. That's nice. You said no bullying, so I'll be nice. Good. No bullying. It's okay. You can be playful. Just bullying involves that someone is not in on the joke. Like... Okay. Pet the little man's! You reach in and pet the little man. He immediately plays dead. Oh, Dustin is so cute. You leave him to his theatrics. No one's in on my jokes. Sorry, Jay, get funny, I don't know. You leave him to his theatrics and close the drawer. That sounds like me. Just leave them to their theatrics, shut the door. Like, we're not worried about you. Poke around in the closet. Great, the doll didn't move during the night. Maybe it isn't haunted after all. Though after everything you went through yesterday, that's hardly a constellation. You turn back to the rest of the room. You creep towards the window, careful not to be seen by whatever might be lurking in the garden. For a second, you thought you saw movement. It could have been an animal. It could have been something else. Whatever it was, it's gone now. Maybe you'll head out there and investigate after you finish waking up. We're not going to text Stella, because in this round, we don't vibe with Stella. Time to start your day. You're back in the kitchen. Frou-Frou's eyes you from her favorite spot on the counter. Leave the cat be. She clearly doesn't want to be touched. You leave her be. Maybe she'll come to you when she's more comfortable. Hey! You turn. You sure took your time getting up. It's like 8 a.m. Is that late? It's late for someone who's supposed to be at work half an hour ago. Like me. I don't want any repeats from last night. From now on, no running around in the woods after dark. It's dangerous out there. You could fall down a cliff. You could get stuck in the hidden cave somewhere. You could get lost in the woods and never be found. Just because nothing happens here doesn't mean it's safe. I want you home by sunset from here on out. I tried getting home by sunset. I was just attacked by a mountain lion. Then get home before sunset. Sure, whatever. I'm late enough as it is. I'm going to work, and I expect you to see you here at sunset. Not the sunset rule. Always the sunset rule. But remember, this time we don't vibe with Tabitha. Me and Tabitha are enemies. I put a rat in her mac and cheese, and I ate her ice cream. I am a villain. Tabitha takes a few steps towards... Don't tell me what to do. Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Sunset! Your cousin huffily exits the kitchen. Her footsteps fade down the hall, ending in a characteristic creak, then slam in the front door as if opens and closes behind her. Once again, you are the only human in the estate. Time to start your day. Okay, well, let's check out the garden. As your eyes wander to the garden door, you shudder, remembering the brief glimpse of something you saw from your upstairs window. It was probably just a raccoon, but the uncertainty of what you saw gnaws at you and compels you to investigate, if only to prove that it was nothing. At the very least, you don't see anything now. You wander further into the garden, trying to pinpoint the spot where the thing had been lurking, if indeed there had been a thing to begin with. The garden is peaceful, but undeniably eerie. Here, more than anywhere else, you're surrounded by the ghost of what this place used to be. A greenhouse sits in the midst of the overwhelming greenery, with unreachable from years of neglect. Its glass clouded and cracked, statues reach out from within seas of weeds as if begging to be rescued. And most striking, behind a pair of rusted metal gates at the very peak of the mountain sits a graveyard. You can just make out a few of the headstones, and Scarlet name carved deep and proud into their faces. You notice what a good view someone would have of your window if they stood where you're standing right now. You crouch down, pushing aside the greenery to examine the soft earth. A boot print. A big boot print. And what looks like some kind of viscera? Your thoughts turn to the specter from the night before. You snap a quick photo just in case it comes in handy later. Keep it to yourself for now. No need to cause any worry just yet. You head back inside. Time to figure out what to do with the rest of your day. Because I did put a rat in her cereal box, I probably should clean the bathroom. You're going to have to keep using this. If you're going to have to keep using that ungodly bathroom, you're going to at least make sure the surfaces have been bleached. You scrounge for cleaning supplies, finding a few dusty containers and spray bottles, none of which you recognize. They all feel like antiques, but they're the best you have. Armed with a rag and a trash bag, you set to work. It is a monumental task, and it nauseates you to think about just how many years of caked-up dirt, grunge, and former fluids you have to scrub away to return some semblance of normalcy to the bathroom. That might be as much as you can do without a pressure washer and renovations. But at least taking showers won't make you feel dirtier than when you started. But your admiration of a job adequately done is interrupted by the sudden heavy thunk, thunk, thunk of a metal door knocker, the sound seeming to reverberate its way down your spine. Someone is at the door. Before you get the chance to decide whether or not to answer, it opens. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope I didn't scare you. My name is Sybil. I'm a family friend. Just thought I could stop by to check in on you. Stella came by my tea room last night, and she told me what you saw in the woods, and she showed me some of her footage, too. I brought some fresh tea. Let's settle in somewhere and talk. You and the old hippie make your way back to the kitchen. She gives one of Tabitha's few mugs a thorough rinse before pouring you steaming tea from her thermos. The smell is amazing, a nostalgic, earthy odor reminiscent of fall, as if it were brewed from autumn leaves. You said you were a family friend? That I am. I used to know Vivian, in fact, before she left town. Maybe if you find yourself with some time to kill one of these days, I could tell you unsavory tales of her youth. I was a little less close with Pearl Ann, not for a lack of trying. She was quite the character, bless her, and may she rest in peace. take a sip of tea. It tastes not unlike a rotten log and somehow isn't unpleasant. Like you're tasting a hike through dawn-dampened woods. It leaves a refreshing, citrusy aftertaste, like a cool breeze sweeping the leaves from the path the tea left on your tongue. My own tea is lemon, ginger, and honey, so maybe those similar flavors. Not that I would say ginger tastes like rotten log or anything, but the citrusy aftertaste thing. Sybil, get out of the house! Sybil, you're not welcome here! Okay. I hope you like it. This is my new chaga and lemon balm blend. I love experimenting with local ingredients. Stella seems to think you had some knowledge of the occult. What did you want to talk to me about? Do you know anything about what we saw last night? If you're going to tell me those damn things in the woods, I don't want to hear about it. I just want to leave it behind me. Thanks for the tea, but I was kind of looking forward to my day of isolation. Out with it, lady. I don't have all day. What did you want to talk to me about? Of course. I suppose it's time I cut to the chase, as difficult as it may be to discuss. I know what you two went through, and I know what you saw. Those things are real. Neither of you imagined them, and they're certainly no ordinary creatures. My grandmother called them ditchlings, and they're a terrible omen, a sign of great suffering and destruction to come. I've told Stella and my daughter what I know, but I'm afraid that isn't much. What kind of destruction are we talking about here? If you'd seen just one or two, I'd say it could be a bridge collapse, a bad accident, something tragic, but not devastating. But this many, multiplying like they are, I couldn't tell you. I didn't invite you. Right, she full on just walked into the house, like... She was not invited. She is trespassing. Like, go away, lady. We don't know you. Stranger danger. Stranger danger. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. How do you know all this? So they're dangerous. If something bad is coming, we need to get people out of here. What can we do about stopping what's coming? There was a man on the way home last night. Thanks, this was helpful. No offense, but it sounds far-fetched. It sounds like you're saying this to magic or something. Are you out of your mind? I may not have better explanations, but I don't believe in magic, monsters, and omens. So they're dangerous? Are they gonna start attacking people? I think you misunderstood me. They're not dangerous on their own. Think of them more like birds flocking before a storm. They're neither a threat on their own nor the cause of what's to come, merely a sign that things are not as they should be. What can we do about stopping what's coming? I'm afraid I don't have any good answers to that, but I suppose the best we can do is stay close to our loved ones. I'd say that would mean Tabitha should try to stay here with you, spend some time with her only living relative, while she can. But I get the feeling she cares a little too much about her work to let herself leave it for that long. You could always go to her. Maybe that would bring her a little joy, even if she might struggle to admit as much. I don't know if this is something you'd know about, but when Tabitha and I were on our way home, there was a man in the road. It was dark, but he had a miner's jacket on. He knew my name, and there was something off about him. Oh, yes, that would be Wayne, probably. He's a bit of a aduled local. You don't have to worry about him. He's harmless, just very sick. But do let me know if he bothers you again, dear. You sip your tea in silence. I'm sorry, dear. I worry that I've done nothing but scare you. But I couldn't resist knowing I hadn't been able to pass on some kind of warning, even if I'm not quite sure what I'm warning you about just yet. There's a sound somewhere above you, a creaking floorboard betraying a shifting presence. There is something in the room above you. You heard that too, didn't you? You know, dear, I was planning to stop by the mines for a quick chat with your cousin. Maybe it'd be a good idea if you came along. I don't like the thought of you being alone in this big house. I love that you said it's not scary, and then immediately there's a creaking floorboard above us in the house that we're supposed to be emptying. Not with the town the way it is right now. There's another creaking from above, suddenly leaving you. Suddenly leaving seems like a very good idea. Can't go check it out? Do you think this place is haunted? If it is haunted, I wouldn't doubt that you'd find out as soon as you were alone here for too long. Sounds to me like whatever might be here is already restless to have you to itself. Okay, so I can't stay here with the ghost. Let's get out of here. Take me to my cousin. I wanted to go see her anyways. It was going to get boring staying here all day. I was kind of hoping to go to town, but if you're already going that way, I guess I can go see Tabitha. Wait, I can just do that. I can just go and visit my cousin at the mines. Heck yeah, let's go. Silently hurry to the front door. Okay, I guess we'll leave. I guess we're going then. I wanted to hang out with the ghost, but whatever. I guess I can't just hang out with the ghost. Rude. Maybe I want to hang out with ghosts. At least this ghost isn't going to make me old. Okay. You're once again surprised by the freshness of the mountain breeze. Your lungs having grown accustomed to the stale, dusty air of the estate, not realizing how much they were being suffocated. At least it's pleasant. It's a pleasant day for a walk. There really is nothing like the mountains in autumn. There's something comforting about the woman's presence. She exudes a warmth, her smile feeling like kindly approval, even though you feel you've done nothing to earn it. There's where were you born here? How did you wind up in this town? Do you know much about my family? Any history I should know about? Do you know much about my family? Any history I should know about? Oh, yes. Everyone around here knows quite a bit about your family. You founded the town, after all. Your family and the history of this town are completely intertwined. Your well, not exactly sure how many greats that would be. Some distant grandfather of yours started the mine, which started the town. The town nearly collapsed after ruin after the collapse of 1918, and once again your family pulled it back up. Now here we are. I'm not sure what else there is to say, but what do you want to know? The collapse? Like an economic collapse, or? You've certainly had our fair share of those, but no. There was a mine collapse in 1918. The town lost so many souls that day. Men and boys. This was before child labor laws came into effect in these parts. As if the collapse wouldn't have been as bad enough tragedy on its own, there had to be children involved. You may have seen the mural in the library. I'm sure if you ask about it, Oscar would be happy to fill you in on any more details you might want to know. But the tall and short of it is, there was another man working for your family who took the brunt of the town's anger. Charles Shaw. Something about some damaged struts he approved. They ran him out of town on a rail, so they say. Seems your family avoided most of the blame, especially since they managed to pull the town back together afterwards. Hard to remember to be angry at someone when they're the reason you have food on the table. So our mine is the whole reason this town exists? I'd say so. If it fails, I'm not sure anybody would be able to stick around for long. That being said, I suppose everything has to end eventually. One shouldn't plan on things to continue on exactly the same forever. Is it really just me and Tabitha? Why are there so few of us left? I suppose fate is crueler than than to some than to others. In a lot of ways, your family has been very fortunate. But the Scarlets have seen their fair share of death as well. Maybe more than their fair share. That big house, we must have been loaded. Do you think we're still loaded? It really is not my place to speculate about people's finances. But you've seen the state of the place. I think that speaks for itself. You were born here. How did you wind up in this town? My family has been in these hills for generations, possibly even longer than yours. I married into the general store, though. Before that, we were just your standard hill folk, keeping to ourselves, fended for ourselves. That's why I know so much about the local flora. That kind of knowledge was vital for all the generations that came before me to survive out here. So is there a Mr. Sybil? There was, but unfortunately he passed about a year and a half ago, give or take. Life up in the hills can be hard on people, for all kinds of reasons, even if you never stepped foot in the mines. Ooh, I could potentially do the religion route and meet the pastor on this one. What do you think of Tabitha? She works too hard, but I suppose that's the burden of she carries what's with your family's mind to run. It can't be doing her any good, though. I'm sure that has something to do with her disposition. Bless her heart. She's clearly got more to say. She's just being polite. I know what bless your heart means. Out with it. What do you really think? I've already said it, and I meant it. I worry for her. Sybil is a worthy foe on the battlefield of social niceties. Is there a church in town? I feel like I could use some religion right about now. Yes, though it's not exactly in the best condition. It's a very, very old building, and I don't think any pastor has been able to keep up with the kind of maintenance it needs. Not many people go up there. Seems no one wants to pray in a church that's threatening to fall in on them. My daughter also says she found the current pastor creepy, but I think he's a nice enough young man. Just struggles with people, which isn't the best position to find yourself in if your job is people. Continue on in silence. The two of you are interrupted by a woman jogging towards you. Joan, wonderful to see you as always. Have you met Bruce? Sybil. And no, we haven't met. Joan here is our resident doctor, and Bruce is Vivian's kid, of course, in town for the funeral. I put that together. You're pretty. I could flirt with her. Nice to meet you, Joan. Not respectfully. Am I going to have to meet the whole town? I'm tired of introductions. Hi, Joan. Do you know my cousin? Hi, doctor. A doctor, huh? Do you know anything weird about a little parasitic, doughy creature in the woods? A doctor, huh? Do you know anything about a weird little parasitic, doughy creature in the woods? Weird little... There's a situation unfolding in the woods, I'm afraid. It's a bit of a long story. Then let's not get into it unless it becomes my problem. I don't think I need to know about whatever that is. And for the record, Bruce, you'll address me as Dr. Kelly. People my son age don't get first name privileges. How is Reese doing? Any better these days? Dr. Kelly lets out a small, frustrated sigh. He's surviving, same as usual, you know that. Her son has a rare condition. Do you make a habit of sharing that kind of private information with anyone who wanders into town? Tell him Kanike says hello. I get the feeling she and Stella miss seeing him. Oh, you know, since you're here, maybe we should set them up for a visit this week. Doesn't that sound nice? Bruce should come too. Sybil, they're adults. We don't need to set them up on play dates. And you know how easy it is for him to tire himself out. It's not worth it. I need to get home and get him his meds. I can't stand around talking all day. The woman starts her jog again, her pace faster than before, almost as if she's running away from the awkward interaction. She's a bit of a brusque woman, isn't she? But her heart is in the right place. Anyways, we should be on our way too. It's not much further now. She was right. It takes very little time to reach the Scarlet Hollow mines. Humble exterior greets you at the place that made your family its fortune. Your cousin just so happens to be at the gates, but it seems you aren't the only visitor she's dealing with at the moment. This is ridiculous. You can't fire me for having a damn cold. This has got to be some kind of, I don't know, rights violation. You aren't fired, Terrence. You're laid off. Cutbacks made it have to be made. And obviously, I'm going to prioritize those cutbacks on workers who have a habit of missing shifts. I had mono. I was puking my guts out. I couldn't crawl my sorry ass into the pit, and you wouldn't have wanted me there anyways. And you only give us 3 days a year to get sick? It's a shit system. You don't have a note from a doctor. I can't just take your word for it. If you wanted extra sick days, you could have had them, with the proper paperwork. Don't forget, by not showing up, you put extra pressure on your coworkers to pick up your slack, and that's not fair to them. If you have a tendency to get sick like that, maybe you shouldn't be working in a place like this to begin with. As for your lodgings, I'll give you 2 weeks to move out. To hell with you and your damn mind and the shit house you've had me living in. It'd all be better off in a heap of rubble. The miner kicks the dirt in a final act of frustration, but wanders off, leaving Tabitha standing head steadfast at the gates. Sybil? Bruce? What are you doing here? This is a fun route. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. I wanted to have a word with your cousin here, and I had some business with you as well. Though it looks to me like you're busy, I wouldn't want to impose. Why don't you drop by the tea room sometime this week, Tabitha? Yeah, sure. I'll swing by tomorrow. Wonderful. I'll be on my way, but it was lovely meeting you, Bruce. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other around town. The woman finally leaves, and you're alone with your cousin once again. Well, so much for you not intruding on my work. Come on, I guess I'll babysit you in my office. Just don't make yourself a burden, alright? I have a lot to do today. Who was that lady? I'm sure she introduced herself. Sybil runs the weird hippie tea room in town. Her daughter hates me. Honestly, I find her nosy and annoying. And I don't like that she decided to come up and see you without even asking me first. It's weird. I think there's a presence in your house, Tabitha. A presence? What, like a ghost? Just because it's a creepy old house doesn't mean it's haunted. Not even Stella thinks it's haunted. Or she'd be banging down my door to film some video in my house. In a building as big and old as the estate, there are going to be noises. It shifts in the wind. Doors slam on their own. Get used to it. I don't need you running out here every time you hear a creaky floorboard. Oh, what was all that layoff stuff about? That's nothing you have to worry about. Running a business isn't all sunshine and roses. In fact, it's almost never sunshine and roses. I just wanted a chill day at the estate. And I wanted to have a day with no interruptions so I could get my work done. I guess neither of us got what we wanted. Now, sit quietly and keep yourself occupied. I have a lot on my plate right now. As you settle in, you take in the details of her office. You're surprised to see a poster of what looks like Stella. She has apparently been banned from the mines. Stella isn't the only likeness captured on the wall of your cousin's trailer. On either side of Tabitha's desks are portraits of older people, a woman and an old-timey man. A shotgun hangs menacingly over the desk. Besides that, there isn't much else to see. Do your workers only get 3 days off? Do they also get vacations, or... I don't need to discuss the intricacies of how I run my business with you. I'm the one making decisions because I'm the one who knows what needs to be done for this place to stay running, and I don't need someone who's never run so much as a startup to try to tell me how I should be operating. It's not like I can take any time off either. I'd kill for 3 days. Uh, who are those people on the wall? I'm sure you recognize Pearl Ann at this point. And the other one is Enoch, our great-great-grandfather, who saved the mines from ruin after the collapse. The idea was to have all the family members who owned the mines up on this wall. But I don't think Pearl Ann was too excited to have great-grandma Eddie staring over her all the day, so we're missing one. Can't blame her. I remember that woman well enough to know why she wouldn't want the reminder. You never call Pearl Ann Mom. I'm an adult. I don't cling to the dynamics of childhood. I learned there was a big mine collapse up here once. Do you think something like that would ever happen again? Of course not. That only happened because of someone else's negligence. We don't make those kind of mistakes, especially not with current mining technology. Our family trusted a man who we shouldn't have trusted, Charles Shaw. He cut corners, used cheap and damaged materials. People died because of him. So we never hired someone else from the outside of the family to help run this place ever again. And what do you know? We've never come close to having another collapse. I might be I might be what people consider a tough boss, but I run a tight ship, and that's how you avoid accidents. God, you really talk a lot, don't you? Are the miners working in the same mine that collapsed? Did they have to dig out people's bodies? No, that particular shaft has been boarded up ever since. Most of the bodies weren't able to be recovered, not without the risk of making more. This is a difficult line of work. The men all know that. Why is our poster of Stella being banned from your property? Stella likes to poke around in mines in places she shouldn't. She kept sneaking up here to film videos or whatever her excuse was. As if that's not a lawsuit waiting to happen, so she's banned. You sit for a few long minutes. Tabitha taps away at her keyboard. The pleasant bird song you're used to hearing at the constant backdrop of Scarlet Hollow has been replaced with the distant sounds of machinery, muffled as it is by Tabitha's thin office walls. And then the sound of machinery is joined by another sound, the angry rumblings of your stomach. Hey, are you hungry? I could pick us up something if there's a place to get food. Oh, I guess now that you mention it. Yeah. The cafeteria has mac and cheese I don't hate. It's this building with a big cafeteria sign on it. Try not to get lost. I don't need you falling down any mine shafts. You get up, leaving Tabitha's office, and once again stepping out into the fresh air. This cafeteria sign is not as obvious as Tabitha made it out to be. All the gray corrugated? Corrugated buildings look vaguely the same. You aren't quite sure what direction you should start heading in. You get direction from a nearby group of miners. You approach the nearest group of miners. You could cut to the chase and ask where the cafeteria is, but you are here among the workers, unsupervised. What's the harm in asking if any of them have seen anything unusual? You got a reason to be bothering us? Hey there, I'm Tabitha's cousin. Yeah, we can put two and two together. We saw you wandering in with the boss. How can we help? Y'all can chill out. Just because I'm Tabitha's cousin don't mean I'm a snitch. Yeah, we're alright. Y'all seen anything weird lately? The miners look you up and down. Weird how? Like, weird animal sightings? Nope. You been talking to that townie? The one that gave Boss a lifetime ban to? Yeah, she's like a Bigfoot YouTuber or something. Her videos are actually pretty good. But, now that I think about it, it's pretty weird. I haven't been seeing any animals at all lately. Used to be, I'd see all sorts of critters. Now it's mostly birds. This is your first year up here, ain't it? Just not used to the seasons change and all the animals are hibernating. That's all. Bruce is pretty weird. But I remember he was attacked by a mountain lion. I don't know. She's got a point. I've been up here 5 years and I've never been like this before. Ha! Maybe it's that global warming then. I think they're calling it climate change now. I've got a couple other questions. Do you know anything about a guy named Wayne? Yeah, we knew him. He was such a cut up. Missed that dude. He accosted me last night. Wait, what? No way. Isn't that the guy y'all said was, well, I guess he's still around. But accosting people at night? That doesn't sound like him at all. Oh, I could talk about the weird bus guy? So I met this guy on the bus, wore a beanie and a shirt, and said, I want to, yeah. He said he had some friends working the mines up here. A lot of people wear beanies. He also talked about how he used to push joggers into the Baltimore Harbor. Does that ring any bells? None. Not a clue. Yeah, I think I remember someone like that. I'm looking for the cafeteria. I'm gonna do you a favor and not tell you where it is. Oh, come on, Zax. Go easy on him. I am going on easy on him. The calf is slop. You're better off grabbing a bite at the diner. Only good establishment in town. I don't know. The mac and cheese is pretty decent. The mac and cheese is the only thing that's decent. And we all know why that is. Come on, let's get out of here. Our shift's about to start anyways. So much for getting a straight answer. The cafeteria remains a hidden treasure, and you remain without a map. Well, if it isn't the boss's cousin, how can we help you? Can we help you with something? Do y'all know this guy I met on the bus? He said he had some friends up here. Maybe. What's he like? You tell the group of miners about your encounter on the bus yesterday. I think I'd probably remember someone like that. Yeah, he's no friend of mine, that's for sure. Never met him. Don't know him. Did y'all know a man named Wayne? Wayne? You mean Sam Wayne? What are you asking about him for? Wait, have you seen him? Saw him last night. Real creepy encounter, man. Oh, thank God. Everyone thought he was dead. Now hold up. Creepy doesn't exactly sound like Wayne, does it? How do you know it was him? That's what Sybil has been calling him. Good woman. But I don't expect she'd know every mining fella in town by sight, if you catch my drift. Smith, you're losing me. I'm just saying it'd be awful strange for Wayne to still be in town wandering around following some stranger and not checking in with any of his buddies. Sounds to me like somebody who got sick of work and is having a little fun playing hooky. The following, though. Okay, yeah, that does sound a little unlike him. I thought his lady friend had him under lock and key. Just smells fishy to me. Till I see him face to face, I'm not convinced whoever is calling himself Sam Wayne ain't the very reason we haven't seen hide nor hair of the man. No, there's no way. He's not. He can't be. I'm not ruling it out. If you want my theory, that girlfriend of his, he wasn't the kind to catch her eye. He wasn't the first to catch her eye. Any one of her jilted ex-lovers could have seen them sneaking around and gotten a little hot under the collar, if you catch my meaning. The miners are silent for a moment, glancing between each other nervously as they imagine the possibilities. I told him not to get involved with her. I told him. Who was Wayne seeing? I. Whoa, now, if you don't know, there is no way I'm poking that wasp's nest. Forget we said anything. Yeah, I don't want to be next on the chopping block. I won't press you on it. Good. I'm trying to find the cafeteria. Oh, sure, it's right over there, but it's hard to find. I'll take you. Sure, get your brownie points later, man. Come on, let's walk. The hard-faced young man starts walking along with you, an anxious energy in his step, and he escorts you to a building whose cafeteria sign was definitely much smaller than Tabitha made it out to be. You line up at the steaming piles of subpar food, undoubtedly made as cheap as possible, judging by your cousin's business practices. Still, it smells good enough, and you find your mouth watering in anticipation of the bland offerings. You said something earlier about seeing Wayne. The man's voice is quiet and nervous. Did Tabitha see him? Did she say anything to you about him? Why are you asking me? Because Sam Wayne is a friend of mine, and he's been missing for over a week now, and I seem to be the only person around here who gives two shits about him. And I'd be willing to bet the last person who saw him was... Oh, are we talking about a certain young man who may or may not have caught the boss's eye? That Sam Wayne fella, wasn't he? Whatever. If anyone asks, we never talked. Got it? I don't want to disappear too. Smees. Isaac obviously has more to say, but this isn't the time and place to coax information out of him. As he turns to leave, you scribble your phone number on a scrap of paper. Hey, thanks for the help. You reach towards Isaac and shake his hand, passing the note to his palm. Don't mention it. We got a friend. Hi, Isaac. How you doing? And then he's gone. What's got that kid so jumpy? It's like he's never heard of a guy running off because he's got broke up with before. Yep, I've skipped town over this. Oh, it's my lucky day. They got chicken and dumplings. What do you guys know about this Wayne fellow? All I know is that a certain someone got involved with someone they shouldn't have, and nobody in camp seen him since. I figure he'd just run off to live in that big mansion with his Belle. The thought of a strapping young man taking him with that sour-faced broad always left such a bad taste in my mouth. As if you wouldn't fall to your knees if a woman of means showed you the slightest bit of interest in you, or any woman at all. Fair enough. Wait, are you talking about Pearl Ann? Lord, no, even Wayne had some standards. Not that old lady Pearl Ann didn't have her heyday. You'd best get going. Wouldn't want that hot meal to get cold. No reason to stay here any longer. You step back into the weak sunlight, clutching the container of various beige slops, and start making your way back towards her trailer. But you don't make it far, something stops you. A strange uneasiness, a feeling of being watched, the smell of sick flesh. Bruce, I wish you could have stayed at the estate. It's dangerous here. In the clear light of day, his jacket is visible in perfect detail. This really is the Sam Wayne Isaacs was telling you about, or at the very least, someone or something in his clothes. Was that you in the garden this morning? You don't have to be afraid of me. I'm the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety. Don't forget that. Even if it was already too late to stop what's going to happen. Yeah, and where were you all being attacked by that mountain lion? I would have stepped in if the old man hadn't beat me to it. I clearly need to be closer to you. You casually continue on your way, returning to the hill where Tabitha's trailer is perched. She meets you at the door. Took you long enough. What, was there a long line? Just heard some very interesting stuff from the miners about you and that miner who freaked us out last night. His name's Wayne, if that rings any bells. I don't know what to tell you. Look, I'm sure if you ask around about him, you hear all some rumor, especially from my employees. They like to gossip. There's a man named Sam Wayne who worked here for a spell, then he disappeared. It happens all the time in the less line of work. People show up for the job from out of town, and they disappear one day after getting paid. I don't know what happened to the man. I don't even know if he's still alive, but of course my coworkers blame me for running him off. Whatever. It's easy to blame the mean boss for that sort of thing. If you've seen him around, that's news to me. And also, none of my business, as he is no longer. Your cousin's attention is suddenly drawn elsewhere. She stares past you, focusing on something in the distance. Is that Stella? How many times do I have to tell her she is banned before she understands what that means? Tabitha shuts the door and you both march your way down the hill. As you and Tabitha approach Stella, the two old timers take notice and wander off. Tabby, Bruce, hey, I was just trespassing. Well, yeah, but I have good reason this time. Shit, I knew we needed to look out. Is there someone talking to you through an earpiece? Kanika, is that you on the other end? Stella hastily removes her earbud, muffling the other voice. Sorry, Tabby. It's just that Oscar's kid Rosalina has been missing since yesterday, so we decided to ask around to see if anybody else had seen her. And while we were And while we were at it, we were also seeing if anybody had encountered any of those things we saw in the woods last night. The ditchlings. That Sybil said we said are like little Mothman foretelling doom. Stella. And also, there's this guy called Wayne who used to work here, who Kanika says is super creepy and sick. And Stella. Yeah. Just stop. Stop talking. It's not like I was filming or anything. I'm barely here, I promise. You are standing right in front of me, extremely here. Why don't you check the usual teen haunts for that kid? The Maxwell place or the gas station or whatever, anywhere but here, where you are explicitly not allowed to be. I mean, it's the site of one of the most catastrophic... Hold on. I mean, it's the site of one of the worst catastrophes that ever befell the town. If there's another one coming, it makes sense, doesn't it? That's what our research pointed us towards, at least. Our research? Who's we? You and Kanike? Well, she would think something awful was going to happen up here. She would think something awful was going to happen up here. She hates me and everything I stand for and thinks the town would be some bustling utopia if I wasn't around to ruin it. When in reality, we both know it wouldn't exist without me. Whatever you're looking for, you're barking up the wrong tree, so just go someplace else before... Tabitha once again trails off before she and Stella have noticed the girl with the dark braids and the glasses sneaking along the ridge. It's Rosalina. Kanika, we found her. She's headed up the hill. Up the hill? She's not headed for the old mine, is she? The one that collapsed? We'd better go after her before somebody gets killed up there. You've got to be kidding me. No, this is great. I'll just go up and let her know Oscar's looking for her, and then we can get out of your hair. Bye, Tammy. See you around. Stella hurries after the girl, disappearing over the hill. Damn it! I'm never going to finish my spreadsheets. Nobody needs to be playing around in those mines. We'd better go break this up. You could vaguely hear voices emanating from the boarded-up entrance to the old mine. They went in? Does Stella have no sense of self-preservation? I wonder what happens if I don't go in. That's what I'm wondering, is who's gonna die? Can't you do this alone? I don't think I should be involved. No way. I am keeping you in my line of sight. I don't want any repeats of yesterday. Just stick with me. I know my way around. I don't like the thought of you walking around an abandoned coal mine, but I'd rather not leave you out here unattended while it gets dark. You should be safe enough with me there to guide the way. Okay, so we can't not go. Tabitha huffs her way up the mine entrance and disappears into the darkness. You follow her and enter the mine. The inside of the mine is warmer than you'd expected. The air thick and wet. The ceiling hangs much lower than you are tall, forcing you and Tabitha to hunch over, your legs bent in a painful squat as you begin to navigate the maze of corridors. This is a rare place where your well-muscled place feels like it might be more of a hindrance than a help. I take it you know which mine we're in. This isn't the one that collapsed 100 years ago, is it? The one that killed a bunch of people? The one that killed 168 people. A man named Charles Shaw decided it was okay to use faulty wood for support struts, and the entire mine came down. It almost ruined my family. A lucky few died instantaneously, but for most of the souls who perished here, it was slow and agonizing. Trapped under rubble and left to slowly succumb to crash injuries or burns or dehydration. It took a couple of weeks to clear out most of the rubble and recover the bodies. The few survivors who were dragged out were never the same. I can't say I blame them. What makes you so sure it was Charles Shaw's fault? Doesn't really matter whose fault it is. That's ancient history at this point. 100 years on. Who cares about pointing fingers and passing blame? Everyone involved is long dead. What I care about are the 168 people who climbed down to their deaths that day, unaware of the hand they'd been dealt until they were literally buried by it. None of us know the price we have to pay until our debt is due. Tabitha Reminiscents are interrupted by a thunderous knock echoing from deep in the mine. What the hell was that? Probably another delinquent looking for a lifetime ban from my property. Come on. It came from this way. Tabitha hastens her pace and quickly disappears deeper into the mine. You take a deep breath and follow suit. The deeper you progress into the mine, the heavier the air becomes. Coal dust hangs in thick clouds around you, even though this place was abandoned over a century ago. Echoing through the tight corridors, you and Tabitha can pick up snippets of a tense argument. I can't believe your dad sent people to follow you. That's messed up. I think that qualifies as harassment. You're right, Becca. It is messed up. I don't need him telling me where I can be. You could at least check in so he knows you're not dead. He loves you and worries about you. He's really not asking for much. Come on, kiddos. There's some really spooky stuff going on in town right now. You shouldn't be hanging out down here. We're not kids. Yeah, we're teens. Well, you look like a bunch of kids to me. Are those canned strawberry margaritas? Where did you even get those? Oh no, I know that isn't you, Miles. It better not be you. Yeah, whatever, it's me. What are you even doing here? Looks like we found our trespassers. I still can't believe that Stella managed to drag Kanika out here. She avoids me like the plague. What's the deal with you and Kanika? Honestly, I have no idea. I don't hold anything against her, aside from the fact that she's always hated me. She probably just got jealous that Stella and I started spending time together. But that was years ago, so who knows? What do you think of Kanika? I think the two of us are more alike than she'd ever care to admit. I respect her, but don't tell her I said that. I wouldn't want to appear weak. I think she just hates our family. She doesn't know our family. She knows me. Barely. I mean it more in the sense that she hates what our family represents. This town has a bloody history to it, and coal is a dirty business. And that doesn't mean it's my fault. What am I supposed to do? Close the mine and let everybody lose their jobs? I've given up on other people understanding me. It doesn't matter. Let's move on. They're close. You breathe a sigh of relief as the tight passageway gives way to a small cavern. Within, a group of teens engages Stella and Kanika in a heated argument. All of them are too caught up in the moment to notice you or Tabitha approaching. My dad is a foreman at the continuous mining facility, and he says they only abandoned this mine because there wasn't enough coal left. So it's actually really safe, and we can hang out here whenever we want. Wait, Becca, I thought your dad was a charge hand. No, Alexis, he just got promoted last month. Correction, your father was a foreman at the continuous mining facility. We'll see if he even has a job in the morning. What? Oh, shit. Oh, hey, Tabby and Bruce. I guess you two caught up with us. Hanging around with Tabitha today, I guess? Ugh. Well, at least maybe you two can talk some sense into these kids. They clearly don't respect my authority. Hey, don't talk about us like we aren't here. Yeah, we can hear you. Alexis, don't butt in. I'm trying to make a point. Do none of you understand what a boarded up mine entrance is supposed to mean? It means it's closed, condemned, not fit for human use. Aw, come on, this place is way sturdy. Check it out. The teen with the beanie jumps up and slaps a strut on the ceiling. Oh, was that the knocking we were hearing earlier? Oh my god, Zane, cut it out. You're embarrassing us. I'm sorry for Zane's behavior. I don't think he realizes how extremely 8th grade it is to jump up and hit things. No offense, Rosalina. None taken. The other 8th graders are totally immature. Not like you, Rosalina. You're chill and smart, too. Enough. The damage is already done. Now leave. I'm putting my mother in the ground this week. I do not have patience to deal with children. I can't believe I actually agree with Tabitha about anything, but this is the worst place I've ever been in my entire life, and I would like to see the sun before I die. Oh, come on, you guys. Maybe it's not a big deal. We used to do dangerous things all the time, and I still do dangerous things now. Who are we to tell them that they can't hang out? I don't know who do you think you are in this situation, Stella, but I own this mine. It is entirely within my rights to tell them to leave. Much like it is entirely within my rights to tell you to leave. Was your lifetime ban from my mines not clear enough message for you? Hell yeah, Tabitha. Tear this at 20-something to shreds. Hey, I'm defending you, and I'm not sad. Where did you get that idea? Running a clickbaity YouTube channel where you run around in the woods chasing nothing is extremely sad. So, she's sad. So what? Give it a few years and you'll be sad too. The passage of time is inescapable. Look, we just wanted to give Rosalina a good time. Her whole life sucks right now. Yeah, tell them about where you have to sleep, Rosalina. We've been living in the library for the past couple weeks. My dad says we can't stay at our house. They've got a hot plate and a couple cots in one of the back rooms. It's actually pretty sick setup. No, it isn't, Zane. Rosalina deserves better. I don't care about your home life. If you're going to do your teenage drinking, go do it in the woods. Just get off of my property. Tabitha. Look, Rosalina, I'm sure Oscar has a good reason for all that. He's a good guy and he cares about you. He thinks our house is haunted. Oh. Wait, what? And I should care because it's such a bullshit excuse. I bet he couldn't afford a house anymore and is lying to you to save face. What a coward. Becca, I don't think you could, say that about other people's families. Isn't that, bullying or something? Shut up, Zane. Back up. He says it's haunted? I can't believe you didn't mention it to me. I could investigate. There's no ghost, Stella. It would be cool if there was, but Becca's right. I wish you would be honest with me and tell me what's really going on. It's like he doesn't think I can handle it, like I'm still a little kid. Well, you're all children, and none of you realize how good you have it. Back in my day, each and every one of you would have been pulling 12-hour shifts in this exact mine. If it weren't for child labor laws, the 5 of you might have some actual character. Exactly. Rosalina's not that mature anyways. She still sleeps with stuffed animals. That doesn't mean she's not mature. I still have pork chop, you know. I rest my case. Wait, what did you say about child labor? You're right. Oscars are treated more like adult. How do you know there isn't a ghost? At this rate, I was surprised if your house wasn't haunted. How do you know there isn't a ghost? Why are all the adults in this town such weirdos? There is no ghost. There are no such things as ghosts. Oscar is just lying. Yo, what if we break in and ghost bust the place anyhow? Just to be sure. Oh my god, Zane, you can't ghost bust if there is no ghost. Also, Rosalina lives there. She can't break into her own house. Well, there's no ghost that you know of. I bet we can figure out how to bust in if it's actually get real. And if it isn't real, well, problem solved. You know, Rosalina, you could always stay over at my house until Stella ghost busts your place. We have a finished basement with a pull-out couch. Why are we all talking about this like it's a thing? It's not a thing! There is no ghost! I don't care, and I can't believe I've wasted this much time trying to argue with children. I'm washing my hands of this and calling the cops. Feel free to leave before they show up. You hear that, Miles? We're leaving. I guess the rest of you kids leave this empty mine before something gets black lung or gets crushed by rocks or meets any of those other many terrible fates people tend to meet in abandoned mines. Kanika is interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. That wasn't me, I swear. Then what was it? Come on, Stella. Didn't you have a whole list of perfectly reasonable explanations for scary mine noises? It's Tommyknockers, for sure. I know this is why they come down here, but we've got to check it out. They're an old Cornish myth named for the knocking sounds you can hear sometimes in mines right before they collapse. Some say the knocking is a warning, while others say it's spirits bringing down the mines. Stella. I mean, that's not all they do. They're also sometimes just mischievous. Stella! I know, but weird stuff's been happening around here the past few days. What if this is our chance to get actual solid lead? The stakes couldn't be higher. Do you have no sense of self-preservation? I want you out of here, Stella. Oh, come on, Tabby. You can come along too. If you guys are going after something spooky, count me in. Nobody is going deeper into the mine. Nobody is staying in the mine. You're all leaving. Please listen to Tabitha before my heart gives out. It'll be fun next. It will not. Wait a second. Where'd 3 of you run off to? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Wow, Kanika, maybe if you weren't still scared of the dark or whatever, you would have noticed them sneaking off. I noticed them sneaking off, and I've been zoning out the whole time we've been here. Ugh. They must have squeezed through that child-sized tunnel. Dang, I've always wondered where that goes. I've never been able to get these hips through there. Stella, stop sneaking into my mines. Please, I am literally begging you. If only all the tunnels down here were wide enough for adults, we could already be done with this little mess. But no, there just have to be remnants from a bygone era. Didn't you just talk about how child labor was the good old days a minute ago? I was just trying to get you to leave my mine. Becca's head pops up from the tunnel entrance. They are not about to let you come in here and ruin our good time. The mine is safe. I've been here a million times. Yeah, if Becca says we're safe, then we're totally safe. Whatever. Come on, you two. I know a cool spot this way. Okay, I think I know where that tunnel rejoins the rest of the mines. I'll go look for them, and I want each and every one of you to take note of the fact that I'm doing that. If those idiots get themselves lost and die, I am not letting their families sue me into the ground. Are those really your priorities right now? Yeah, do you have a problem with it? I just want the rest of you out of my mind. Except for you, Bruce. I'm not letting you out of my sight. Yeah, sure. I could never really fit in that tunnel anyways. They have crossed a barrier that I could not, so my time here is up. But only because Stella promised me a ghost hunt tomorrow. Whatever, I still have to do my dailies anyways, and the service down here sucks. I will happily escort these 2 knuckleheads out. No, you are not about to weasel your way into this, Stella. Oh, come on, Tabby. I've been down here a ton. I can totally help out. Ugh, there's no getting rid of you, is there? Fine, I won't waste my time arguing. Stella, don't push Tabitha's boundaries like that. I don't need you to fight my battles for me, Bruce. It's fine. Stella can tag along. Do I have to come with you? Yes, you're safer with me than you are leaving this 3. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Aw, don't worry, Bruce. It'll be fun and safe. Fun and safe like last night. Give me a break, Stella. coming along, but I want to stress that this is against my will and better judgment. Noted. Let's not linger any longer than we have to, shall we? Want me to take Gretchen with me? I know that it'll be easier to cover more ground without her. Yeah, that's probably for the best. I don't want to repeat of last night, and who knows if we'll have to do any climbing. I'll see you on the other side, hopefully soon. For sure. We won't be long. Cool. Can't wait to bust some ghosts tomorrow. Nika, Miles, and Zane head towards the entrance of the mines, leaving you, Tabitha, and Stella to find the remaining teens. Alright, no dawdling. We should be able to catch up with them if we go this way. You and Stella exchange a glance as Tabitha ventures forward. Venture deeper into the mine. As the three of you move deeper into the mine, you hear echoes of conversation bounce across the walls. But Becca, why are we doing this again? I thought you thought Tabitha was, like, really cool. Why are you trying to get her all mad? Ugh, we're doing this because Tabitha is really cool. She doesn't let anyone boss her around, so we can't just let her boss us around. Aw, you hear that, Tabby? Someone thinks you're cool. I can't believe she's used to hang out with that nobody like Stella. Hey! I don't know. I think Stella's kind of cool. Her videos are really neat. Oh, come on. She doesn't even have a sponsor. What kind of YouTuber doesn't have a sponsor? Okay. I mean, not yet, but I'm in talks with Meat Rice, and I make plenty from ads and donations. You quietly press on. Another knock. Closer interrupts your thoughts, followed by another. Is it just me, or is that knocking coming from the same direction as those kids? It's not just you. Okay, that knocking is starting to freak me out. Calm down, Rosalina. It's just mind sounds. Did you guys see that? No, it was a shadow. No reason to get freaked out. I saw it. Shut up! There's nothing down here. Stop trying to scare me. Are we sure the tunnel they went through is going to meet back up with us? What did they see? What if they're the ones doing the knocking? What if this is all a terrible prank? Tommy knockers, those poor kids. I knew coming down here was a bad idea. I can't believe they're making us do this. They'd better get grounded when this is all said and done. We're getting closer. Let's keep moving. Are we sure the tunnel they went through meets back up with us? Yes, I'm familiar with all the old maps of this place. There should be a central chamber not too far from here, where everyone joins back up. What did they see? Tommy knockers. It is not Tommy knockers. They're probably just jumping at their own shadows. You said it yourself, Stella. As soon as they get out of the sight of their bravado would vanish into a puff of smoke. It's probably just rocks falling somewhere deeper in the mine, which is also bad for obvious reasons. You press on. No, this is a different playthrough. In this one, my traits are strong, and street smarts. I'm a guy this time. As you press deeper into the mine, the knocking grows more frequent. It's still distant, but it's much louder than before. The tunnel ends abruptly in front of you. A century-old ladder is the only way forward. In the darkness beyond, you can still hear the echoes of terrified teens, their panicked arguing bouncing down the pitch-black corridor. And here we are. The tunnel they crawled through passes through the chamber below. It shouldn't be hard to find them once we get down there. I've never been this far in. Congratulations, Stella. You got what you wanted. Tabitha crawls up the ladder and disappears over the edge. Alright, let's do this. Stella hoists herself over the edge and begins to climb down. Follow them into the pit. You walk to the ladder and climb down. I'm pretty sure this is the way back home. Or wait, I'm pretty sure this is the way back. Come on. Pretty sure? I thought you'd been down here before. Okay, maybe I didn't get this far in, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I definitely remember the way out. Hurry. I don't want to be down here anymore. I think it was actually this way. Oh, shut up! No one even wanted you to come with us anyways. Becca! Yep, they're still close, alright. God thing, they're so damn loud. It sounds like they're really lost. The voices around you, those of the teens and your companions, sound odd, distant. There's something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it. You don't hear it, but you feel it in your chest. A desperate need to perceive it and be perceived. Hey, are you alright, Bruce? What do you think you're doing? Get away from there! Your cousin drives towards you, but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber. Bruce! Bruce, are you alright? Oh, thank God you're alive. It looked like you had a seizure or something. And then and Tabby just conked out. I'm fine. You can barely open your eyes. You are not fine. Neither of you move a muscle. I don't want you straining yourselves while you're still recovering from whatever that was. I'm gonna go get some help. I'll be back soon, I promise. You fade back out of your consciousness of your companion, clambers out of the pit, intent on your rescue. You rise up on your elbows, head still swimming from the visions, your surroundings coming back into focus. Your head throbs as the knocking continues, now magnitudes more intense than ever. Through it, you once again hear the panicked voices of bickering teenagers echoing down the stone corridor. Becca, you're just getting us more lost. It's this way! If you're so sure, why don't you just leave? I can't believe I let Alexis talk me into fighting you in the first place. Becca, I'm just trying to help. I said go! Okay, I will, Alexis. You don't have to go with her. You know that, right? Take a side, Alexis. I'm sure Becca knows where we're going. She wouldn't just lie. Sorry, Rosalina. The increasingly desperate voices of the teens are drowned out by the thunderous knocking. You can practically feel the ground shake beneath you. You can almost see the walls vibrate with the intensity of the hellish sound. God, that knocking is not helping my headache. What the hell just happened? That knocking is getting closer. We're leaving. Rosalina appears in the passageway to your left, out of breath and teary-eyed. I'm so sorry I snuck off like that. I just wanted Alexis to think I was cool. The entire cavern shakes at the sound of rockfall. I don't know what the hell is up with that knocking, but this is the sound of a mind collapse. Quick, up that ladder, both of you. Wait, Becky and Alexis are still down there. You can't just leave them down there. I know which way they're going. They'll listen to you this time, I promise. Do you have a death wish, little girl? This isn't a movie. The best thing we can do to help those girls right now is not be buried alive ourselves. Alright, what do I do? Do we let them die? I haven't done it before. I guess it would be a new route. Let's do something new. You reach towards Rosalina. I'm just gonna pick her up and go. There's no time to argue against her protestation. You grab Rosalina with one arm and start climbing out of the pit with the other. Hey, what are you doing? We need to warn them. Alexis! You'll be... This way, come on. Your cousin moves with the kind of swiftness you'd expect from someone who'd spent her entire life working in and around coal mines. The knocking drowns out Rosalina's desperate sounds as the three of you crawl closer and closer to the edge. It's deafening now, as if someone were trying to break through the walls with fists of iron. You continue to push forward, your burning muscles giving way to pure adrenaline. Then comes the sounds of splintering wood. You pick up the pace. The entrance is so close. I'm so sorry! And there it is. Freedom. The three of you manage to squeeze through the entrance just as the walls of the mine come crashing down. Do you think the other two, maybe they got out? It's possible, right? Maybe there's another entrance or something? Or maybe they're still alive in there? Oh God. I'm so sorry. Rosalina, are you okay? Your dad's on his way. He should be here any minute. I'm so sorry. I'm going back to camp. I'll be back with some men, and they can start digging. I'll call Earl. It takes a bit of time, but eventually Tabitha arrives with men and a machine to start digging through the rubble. You, Stella, and Kanika are afforded a quiet moment to yourselves. The others get to work. Do you think Becca and Alexis are going to be okay? They were survivors of the first collapse. What happens now? Hey guys, I don't think she's quite ready to talk just yet. What happened down there? Rosalie made it out of there because she stood up for herself. You should be proud. She's a good kid, Oscar. Thanks. Rosalina told us about your house, about how your house is haunted. I think she was just trying to get away from that. Oscar sighs. Rosalina told you that? Yeah, it's true, but you have to understand there's something in that house. We believe you, Oscar. I couldn't let it hurt her. Since I didn't know how to get rid of it, I set it up a back room at the library for us. Just until I could figure out how to fix things. I know she hates it, but I thought it would be better for her. Instead, it just drove her away. Staying with friends, not checking in, and now this, it's all because of that house. And because of me. Because I haven't been able to fix this. I just wish she could understand. We'll totally help you get rid of your ghosts. Or more likely, we'll figure out what non-ghost thing is actually it is. Either way, though, we're here for you. Thanks, you guys. It really means a lot. I shouldn't have kept this to myself, but I was so afraid of seeming ridiculous. Dad, you must be so mad at me. Oh, Rosa, no. Of course I'm not mad at you. Do you think that maybe they got out? Maybe there's another exit somewhere? Rosalina. I should have pushed back harder. I knew the way out. I should have made them come with me. I just don't want them to be dead. I'm so sorry, Dad. You don't have to be sorry. You're alive. And you're safe. Ugh. Sorry about the timing of the sickness. Okay, back to this dramatic moment of traumatized teenager. We could have gone back for them, right? We wouldn't have made it out if we went back. If I could have carried all three of you, I would have. We did what we had to do, there just wasn't enough time. If I could have carried all three of you out of there, I would have, but I couldn't. Those walls were coming down. I know this is terrible, Rosa, but you're alive. You have to know how grateful I am that you're still here. It's not fair, Dad. It's just not fair. I know, Rosa, I know. But I think the best thing you can do for your friends right now, until we get them out of here, is to enjoy the life you have. I know I haven't made that easy for you. I know you've been frustrated with the choices I've made. But I'm going to do what it takes to move us back into our house. We're going to have a good life again, Rosa. I'm sorry I didn't do this sooner. I'm sorry this is what it took. Dad. We're on the case. We'll be okay. I promise. I'm going to take her home. I guess we'll see the three of you tomorrow. And thank you, Bruce. You have no idea how much I appreciate what you did for Rosalina. As Oscar and Rosalina leave, your cousin exhaustedly saunters over to you. All right, Bruce. My men are set up to start digging. Let's go home and get some rest. Now, hold on a minute, Miss Scarlet. Mind if we have a quick word with your cousin, miss? In private. Okay, fine. Just make it quick. And don't you dare try to pull anything on him. He did nothing wrong here. Ladies, I'm afraid that means you too. You don't need to talk to us. We witnessed this too. Oh, sure, but that can wait. We know where to find y'all. I'm Sheriff Hugsby, and this is Deputy Dirksen. But you can call me Earl. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Welcome to Scarlet Hollow. Hope this little accident has covered your perception of the place. Lovely place to live, if you ask me. Lovely indeed. Now, Sheriff Hugsby, don't you think it's a mite odd that these teens found themselves in an old abandoned mine on the very property Bruce's family happens to own? And don't you think it's even a mite bit odder that Bruce happened to be here to happened to be there with them at this time of said collapse? I'd be lying if I said it weren't peculiar, though I'm sure there's an upright citizen, Bruce, and all this is surely an unfortunate coincidence. Still, a good cop should ask himself these questions. You've got to understand where we're coming from. 2 kids, 15 and 14, are buried alive down there, and maybe they're dead, and you were on the premises. Whether or not that was merely coincidence remains to be seen, but we've got to do our diligence here. Why would I lie and say we were chaperoning them? Why are you asking me this? It was a mine collapse. What could I have possibly done that the police would care about? We're just trying to gather all the facts. Our duty as officers of the law, y'all see? Just being thorough. But I see there's not much more to discuss as of yet. We'll let you go on about your evening, but we might be in touch. Have a good one. Deputy Dirksen tips his hat at you. The 2 officers wander back towards the mine, Dirksen taking notes as they examine the scene. You make your way towards Stella and Kanika. Just can't believe it. I left them behind in there to get help. Is it my fault, Neeks? Stella, no. You did your best. It's not your fault. Oh, hey. Guess the cops are done with you. What are you gonna take you... What, are they gonna take you in for being present at an accident? Sorry if they gave you a hard time. Small town cops, you know. Always blame everything on drifters, even acts of God, I guess. Excellent, you didn't get arrested. Now come on, let's get back to the estate. I'd like to get some rest before I have to deal with the fallout of everything that happened tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, okay, Bruce? Tomorrow? You've already ruined my evenings on 2 consecutive nights, Stella. What do you think you're going to be doing with my cousin tomorrow? We're going ghost hunting at Oscar's, remember? We talked about it in the mines. You were there. I didn't think you were being serious. Fine. If we're going to keep running into each other, we might as well all have an open line of communication. I don't have Stella's number, so Bruce, you should make sure you do. Hell no. Deal with it. I don't need her blowing up my phone. Pearl Ann had me change numbers for a reason, and if it's only right that I honor my dead mother's wishes. Stella can blow up your phone instead. Here is Bruce's number. Thanks. Keep me posted on what she's doing. Let me know if that ghost hunt actually happens. It's weird that you care about what she's doing so much. Clearly, I have to. Come on, let's go. Tabitha starts walking to her car, pulling you by your arm. Happy's rude. Happy's always been rude. You silently follow. Man, I just cannot avoid Stella. Like, I was trying to avoid Stella this round, and I still can't get away from her. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. You try to keep an eye on the surrounding wilderness as she drives, weary of what may lurk behind the tree line. Do you think Becca and Alexis are okay? We won't know for days at the earliest. Their parents should have kept tighter reins on them. I never got in any trouble like this when I was a teen, and I have Pearl Ann to thank for it. Hated it at the time, but that strictness paid off. Oh, what am I telling you this for? You remain silent. I've got to focus on the road. Your eyes wander back to the tree line as you and Tabitha sink back into silence. You once again cross the threshold into the estate, the musty stench of the decaying mansion greeting you with its undertones of mildew and wood rot. Well, this day was a lot more stressful than it needed to be, and I'm sure it's the precursor to a horrifically stressful week. I'm going to bed. I suggest you do the same. I'll see you in the morning. Tabitha turns and makes her way up the stairs, her posture defeated. You head up to your room to turn in. You collapse in Tabitha's dusty guest bed and your head empty of thoughts. After your time in the Shaw mine, you barely even notice the dust. Your phone buzzes on the table. Y'all, these are those things, right? Kanika sends a picture of a pair of ditchlings by the side of the road. I saw them again, too. Another picture, this time of them staring from a tree. What the fuck? These things are definitely not hairless monkeys or raccoons or whatever. I don't even know what the hell they are. I guess there's more of them being here than the mine claps. No way I'm sleeping tonight. You think about looking out the guest room window, but at this point you're too exhausted to leave your bed. The adrenaline from this evening is finally wearing off, replaced by a creeping exhaustion that threatens to overwhelm you. Right, like, I don't want to be your friends. I don't know you. Leave me alone. I want to befriend Duke and Bo. Like... I'm gonna be so mean to Stella. Your limbs feel heavy, your eyelids slipping down over your eyes even as you stare down at the ominous pictures on your phone. If it weren't for the pit of dread balling in your stomach, you would almost feel comfortable as you settle in between your covers, your tired bones sinking into the decrepit mattress. I have 2 stalkers. When you close your eyes, your thoughts drift to Alexis and Becca, terrified and alone, if not already dead. Stella is worse than Wayne. Your eyes shoot back open and your heart pounds as the door to your room swings open. Just the cat. It's always just the cat. It's nice to see another living being, even one as unfriendly as Tabitha's cat. The comfort of her presence sets your mind at ease, and you finally slip into a deep sleep. Making choices. That's the whole aim of Bruce, is just to make choices I wouldn't typically make. So is it weird to leave kids in a mine? Yes, but it's not something I would normally do, so it's something Bruce would do. Because Bruce does the things I wouldn't do. Like eat gross, moldy food, leave kids in a mine, be rude to people. Like... LOL, I'm Bruce. This is the end of episode 2. Episode 3 is awaiting. Alright, so I am gonna eat. And then I will come back and play episode 3. Saving Bruce. Alright. And we will start with our recap as usual. Alright, so that is where this section ends. And then we will get more of our Bruce. Alright. I hope you guys enjoyed. There will be more later after I eat lunch. Bye-bye!